What's going on, YouTube? Another hardware review for you today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Mephisto. I was sent this Mephisto. Like, it was just given to me. It's like, hey, you know what? You're doing a great job on all your reviews. Here's an RDA. Okay, so they sent me this RDA. I'm not going to tell you who sent this RDA because I have problems with the RDA itself, and it's not fair to do it for the company because I don't know where they got it because they don't even sell it on their website. So it could just be one of those things that they had lying around and like, hey, this guy's cool, which I really am. But they could have just been like, this guy's cool, let's send him an RDA, and they did. And I'm really grateful to have the RDA because this is the RDA I use all the time. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Mephisto, okay. Mine only came with one air control ring. You can buy these things, and they come 2 or 3 different colored air control rings. Just mine itself was just, mine just came with the gold. Okay. Let me go ahead and unscrew this from my truck box here, and we'll get into it. Okay, on the bottom of it, it says El Diablo, bullshit serial number of 0121. It's got an adjustable 510 pin. And it's very juicy right now. Let me go ahead and get into what I don't like about this RDA. Now, mind you, I use this RDA every single day. I thought about getting rid of it, but I'm not going to. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Flaw number 1, right out the gate. Okay, these negative terminals. Okay, these negative terminals are not milled out of the deck, and I don't understand why they didn't just mill it out of the deck, but they didn't. As you can see, maybe it is press fitted into the deck. Now, normally that would not be an issue because on some of the clones that I've seen, they've actually took a piece of solder and they've soldered the bottom of it to where it's one solid piece. And I'd imagine they did that because we got ones like this one, okay, when you've put your leads through your holes and you go and you tighten it down, these negative terminals move. So it's literally one of these things, if I got to put it on my freaking thing and I got to take a pair of pliers, a pair of needle nose, hold the bottom of it and then tighten down my negative connection. And it's a pain in the ass, it's a big negative for this RDA. Okay, well, just this clone. Alright, other than that, it's top notch. It really is. It's got these great big huge holes. Like, let me see if you can kind of see one of those holes. It's got these huge holes. So no matter what twist you're putting in this thing, no matter how thick of a gauge of wire you're putting in this thing, it just freaking works, man. It just freaking works. Alright. You can set it up, you can run a single coil, or you can run a dual coil. The ring here, the air control ring, has 3 slots, okay, and depending on if you run in a single coil or a dual coil, depends on how you slide it on. And once it's slid on, it will rotate a little bit. It's a little hard, but it's still pretty good. So you can run single or dual airflow. The drip tip itself, you got the nice dull ring insulator up top, and it came with a drip tip, which is amazing because most fucking RDAs don't come with a drip tip anymore. Don't ask me why, they just fucking don't. That being said, I like my glass drip tips, and I can't use a glass drip tip on this device. It doesn't want to fit into that door insulator, and I could do some trimming and everything else, or I can just use the fucking drip tip that came with it. It's fine. It's only my glass drip tips that I have issues getting to fit in this thing. So there's another negative for you. The last negative, and this is just a preference thing, is you've only got one O-ring here at the bottom to hold on your top cap. Okay, I don't like that. It always feels wonky. It's never fell off. It's never fell off or anything like that. But it's still, I like having a taller deck lip with 2 O-rings to really secure this top on, because it is kind of wobbly, you know. So, but it's not going to fall off, but it is kind of wobbly. And it's a negative for this device. Um, because these freaking negative posts are just fitted into the fucking bottom of it, this thing gets juicy. And it leaks juice down onto my 510 connection. And every day I clean my 510 connection. It's not like terrible, like running down off the device or anything like that. And it's not like it's getting down inside the device, but the bottom of it is always juicy. And this, as such, this RDA just always feels juicy. So, there's another negative for the Mephisto RDA. All that being said, it's a great hitting RDA. It really and truly is. It's my fucking teddy bear. There it is. It's a great hitting RVA. I mean, it's just top notch when it comes to working. But all these other things, kind of all negative, it works against it. Now, it could just be this clone, for all I know. As I said, I've watched other reviews for the Mephisto, and other people don't have these same problems I have with this one. So I'm thinking this is just probably a bad clone. But the company that sent it to me, you know, honestly, they did it just out of the kindness of their hearts, and I am greatly appreciative for it. And that's why I'm not going to tell the name, because they don't even sell this RDA on the website. So, you know, I really just wanted to talk about it because it's got potential. It's got so much potential. It's got fucking massive airflow. You know, even on a single coil, it's got massive airflow. It's got a good deep, it's not overly deep, but it's got a good build deck. It's got nice screws. It's got, everything is nice about it, but just only one O-ring, only, you know, flathead screws. You know, the negative terminal is not being milled out of the deck. Like, all these things just work against it for this device. God damn it. So, all those things just work together to make this not the clone I would buy. So, if it wasn't sent to me, would I have bought a Mephisto? Maybe. I'd actually been looking at the Mephistos because I like those great big holes that you can put your leads through. Okay, like my Caterpillar, I used a Caterpillar, and it's got these tiny holes, and I can't run like dual, like 24 gauge wire. Like, I can't run a dual coil 24 gauge setup. I just can't. So, I was definitely looking at something that had bigger holes so I could run bigger wire and I could run twist, you know, because I like my Canthal, I like my flat Canthal wire. Well, I think it's called ribbon, actually. You know, I like what I got in here right now. I've got dual parallels, which I'm telling you what, dual parallels, are fucking amazing for flavor. You suffer a little bit in vapor production, but when it comes to flavor, if you're a flavor chaser like me, dual parallels. Just saying. All that aside, if you can get one of these that has the bottom terminals are soldered in place, okay, or spot welded in place, or whatever you want to call it, go for it. Go for it, because I think that is my biggest downfall, is the juiciness of this Herbalife RDA. So, all that aside, I hope y'all find it informative. It's definitely a good RDA worth checking out. It's pretty cheap, so. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here. And y'all vape on, people.